Hello everyone and welcome to Monday Morning Must-Knows. My name is Merlin Rothfeld. I hope that you came back with all of your digits after that exciting 4th of July and are ready for an exciting trading week. Now I'm going to start things off with the earnings calendar. I know, last week I said, I don't even know why I'm showing you the earnings calendar. It has like 70 different earnings on it, but I showed you because there were one or two big names on there. This week, well, what do we have for you? I have an even weaker earnings calendar. It is incredibly weak. As you can see here on your screen, we only have 43 companies reporting earnings. There's nothing on Monday. There's nothing on Tuesday. And if we keep on rolling, we got to go all the way to Thursday to finally get some earnings. Now, why is it important? Well, because it gives us a hint as to oil prices and energy on airlines, because you have Delta Airlines, you have Conagra, you have Levi Strauss, so you got some retail and food. And that's really it. Only those three companies, so a rather light week. Don't worry, folks. We will get to the big earnings kickoff here next week. Now, let's dive into more important things, talking about central banks around the world. All eyes are, of course, on the United States and Jerome Powell, but we do have two neighbors to the south. That's New Zealand and Australia, which are also coming out with a rate announcement this week. So let's start there. We would go to the Reserve Bank of Australia, which right now sits at 3.85. Expectations are they're going to drop to 3.60, a 25 basis point cut. That should be Tuesday, right after the stroke of midnight at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, their neighbor to the east, New Zealand, will be coming out with their rate announcement. They're expected to stay the same at 3.25%. That's going to happen Tuesday as well, but later on in the evening at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, as I mentioned, Jerome Powell is probably the most important player in the world right now, other than President Trump, and those two conveniently are feuding all the time. Isn't that wonderful? Great for fantastic market volatility. Now, if we shift our focus to Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve, we will see their meeting minutes come out. Now, while we're all focused on what Jerome Powell says, there are a lot of other voting members at the FOMC who have a say in interest rate policy, and that is of concern or of interest, because we might see a shift in sentiment on other voting members, which could ultimately shift the rate decision. Right now, there's an expectation, slight expectation of a rate cut at the end of July. Most of the odds on money that are wagering on Fed funds futures are saying we'll see our first rate cut in September, but this could give us some good insight as to where it may be going before then, right behind the curtains, if you will. Now, the last piece. This is probably the most significant one, and for this reason, I was telling my audience, is I am scaling back my trades. I'll be trading a bit lighter this week. The main reason is uncertainty. Any statement can happen from President Trump regarding tariffs, and that could cause havoc for our financial markets. As we know, last week, Vietnam said, hey, we'll do a deal with you. We heard over the weekend, Thailand saying, hey, we're going to work on doing a deal with you. So that's good. But what we're going to see is on July 9th, if countries have not stepped up to the table to try to negotiate, Scott Bessent has said, those tariffs are coming back and we're going to hit them full force. If they are negotiating, then we will continue that pause unless we see otherwise. Now, there's also, Scott Bessent made a statement over the weekend saying that on August 1st, we are going to see those reciprocal tariffs come back either way if nothing's been done. So it's going to be a wild and exciting week. Really, all eyes are going to be on President Trump, interest rates, and what is going to happen on the global stage with regards to tariffs, interest rates, and overall market movements. I think it's going to be a very volatile one, and we didn't even have anything important with economic data or earnings. Oh, buckle up, my friends. I'll see you guys next week.